33 weeks of Prude. Fade in. Interior, girls' high school bathroom, morning. A pair of pink patent leather heels and black Converses underneath adjacent stalls. Unraveling plastic. A beat. A maxi pad drops. The adhesive sticks to the tile. A sigh. Interior bathroom stall. Nora Diaz, 18, a cute brash Latina with bleach blonde hair, reaches down and carefully peels the maxi pad off the floor. She examines it closely. There's an unidentified pubic hair attached. She scrunches her face in disgust. After a moment,
You ride the cotton pony?
Well, I typically reserve tampons for swimming pools and large bodies of water, but Anflo doesn't discriminate, so why not?
a hand slips Nora a tampon underneath the stall wall.
Sisters gotta help sisters.
Praise the Lord. Shit, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you or trivialize religion. I'm new to the area and...
No offense taken.
Nora looks relieved. Inserts the tampon out of frame. The sound of a door whooshing open. Energetic teen footsteps. Giggles. Nora flushes the toilet, exits the stall. Interior, girls' high school bathroom, continuous. She washes her hands at the sink. Raquel Rogers, 17, and two sidekicks, Brittany and Celeste, primp in the mirror wearing conservative apparel and letter C pins on their lapels. The girls have mouse brown bobs, wear minimal makeup, and banter with heavy southern accents. They stop to stare at Nora, who's dressed in a racy, colorful outfit.
You must be the new girl. I'm Raquel.
Brittany, 17, a redneck tomboy turned prude, stares icily.
I'm Brittany.
Celeste, 16, gentle-eyed, soft-spoken, extends a handshake.
I'm Celeste, as in celestial and the heavenly stars above.
Pretty name. What's the C stand for?
Chastity. We're saving ourselves for marriage.
As in you don't have sex?
We're single for Jesus. My flower is God's power.
That's really interesting.
So, let me guess. You're from Hollywood? You remind me of Miley Cyrus, and she's from there.
Holly weird.
Raquel elbows Brittany. Nora looks a little miffed.
Actually, Miley's from Malibu.
You'd think the little tramp would be from Amsterdam, where drugs and harlotism is legal.
What makes her a tramp?
Oh, I don't know, the fact that she humps giant penises on stage.
Maybe it was a form of artistic expression intended to make a cultural statement.
You got a problem with me?
Brittany, be nice. Miley's a touchy subject.
A toilet flushes off-screen. A stall door swings open. A beat. Out steps Tamara, 17. She's pale-skinned, dressed in head-to-toe black, wearing heavy black eyeliner, and a pentagram necklace.
Actually, the C stands for cunts.
Tamara hisses at the girls. Horror-stricken, they scuttle out. She turns to the mirror and applies dark red lipstick while eyeing Nora's outfit.
Dig the threads.
Just when I thought I'd never hear my favorite word again.
Wanna hang? Calendar's wide open.
Nora speaks to us directly, breaking the fourth wall.
So it appears my new bestie's a witch. Hey, that's cool. I'm down with the strange and unfamiliar. I'm from California, home of the female CEOs galore, solar panels infinitum, unfettered free thinking, the late great Harvey Milk, and everything else awesome under the rainbow.
Interior hallway, morning. Nora weaves in and out of conservatively dressed students. She looks like a fish out of water in her risque outfit. Girls glare at her scornfully. Guys ogle.
What I'm not down with are Bible humpers. I mean, could those girls be any more grudgmental? And how convenient that they forgot Jesus actually dug harlots. Not that I'm comparing myself to a whore or anything, but how can I, Nora Diaz, of sound liberal mind, banging wardrobe, and B-plus bod, walk these halls tall and proud with a gang of slutbusters nipping at my patent leather heels?
Nora arrives at her locker, opens the door. It's lined with risque photos of male underwear models. A few lockers down, a prim girl, 15, opens her locker with a kitten poster inside.
God help me.
Interior homeroom, morning. A bell rings. Students file in. Nora sits at a desk in the back of the room, paging through a fashion magazine.
God help Katy Perry. A pink plaid bustier? Fashion purgatory.
A text. She looks at her cell phone. It's from Derek. How's Georgia life? I miss you. Sad face emoji.
It's safe to surmise the ex-boyfie's boinkathon with Cecilia Skankburns has finally run its course. I'm so over him.
She texts back. Miss you too, babe. Heart emoji, kiss emoji.
Trust me, psychological warfare is totally warranted.
She hits send with grim satisfaction. Her eyes wander the room and land on Tyler Tatum, 18, a gorgeous, clean-cut, dapperly dressed hunk in tan khakis and a varsity jacket. Nora watches him page through a comic book as she fans herself with the magazine while in a hormonal teen trance.
Nummy. A jock rocket? Haven't checked that box yet.
She pockets her phone, moves to a seat nearby, then, coyly,
So, you like comics? Do you like comics?
he keeps his head down. Nora gives a what-the-fuck look to camera.
Abercrombie and Fitch fruitcake.
Excuse me?
She flashes a winsome smile.
Yes! Hello!
Did you just say Abercrombie and Fitch fruitcake?
What? Oh, yeah. Sorry. That was intended for...
Perfect timing. Mr. Kensington, 30, the homeroom teacher, enters the room.
Him.
Coincidentally, Mr. K also looks straight out of an Abercrombie and Fitch catalog. Handsome, debonair, a TILF.
Mr. Kensington? He's awesome. Why would you say that?
Sorry, I'm new here. And obviously clueless. Is your hearing okay? It took a few times for you to...
Yeah, I got sacked yesterday. Hooch kick to the head.
A dog kicked your head? Oh, duh. Football. So when's the first game?
Next Saturday.
And with that, he goes back to his comic book. Nora broods. The last time she was rejected was... never. A wad of paper lands on her desk. She looks around, unravels it. The note reads, "Stay away for your own good." Nora smirks, crumples it up. Then, an off-screen psst. Nora turns around to see a freckle-faced girl, Polly Dankin, sitting a few seats away, giving her the limp wrist gay gesture. Polly's in pigtails and ribbons, the embodiment of holiness and purity, wearing a C-pin and crucifix necklace. Nora looks at her quizzically, then turns back to Mr. K.
At the top of the itinerary, let's wish Tyler good luck in his first game of the season.
Whoop whoop! Go Tomcats!
Mr. K enthusiastically fist bumps him, then turns back to the class apathetically.
And Melanie's leading the food drive this Friday, so collect any unneeded canned and packaged food items from home.
Angle, Nora. Eyeing Tyler, she discreetly unbuttons 2 top buttons, knocks a pencil off her desk, reaches to the floor, awkwardly torquing her body so her cleavage falls directly in Tyler's line of sight. Suddenly, her chair swivels and, boom, she crashes to the floor. Her shirt slides up, revealing a tattoo of a coiled cobra on her lower back. A skateboarder kid leaps out of his seat to get a better view.
Nice tramp stamp.
The class bursts into surprised laughter. Tyler stares at Nora's backside, both repulsed and intrigued. She rolls over. Students circle over her, including the handsome hunk.
Are you okay?
Off Nora, totally humiliated. Interior, hallway, day. Nora limps past students. Polly catches up, walks with her.
You like snakes, huh? Tattoos can be removed, you know.
I need to remove the cheating snake I got it for first.
Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. Was it serious? Did he break your heart?
Sensing her discomfort with this topic, Polly moves on.
Well, I'd steer clear from Tyler Tatum if I were you. He's a homosexual.
You're dispensing guy advice?
Nora walks faster. Polly catches up.
Ask Heather Thomas. She caught him surfing man-on-man porn 2 days before prom.
Let me guess. He broke up with her? Sounds like Heather defiled his manhood because she couldn't satisfy his manly needs.
The concept evades Polly. Nora stops at her locker.
Look, I know it's not easy coming to a new school in a new town. I moved here from New Orleans 2 years ago. My life was much different, especially during Mardi Gras.
I find that hard to believe.
Nora opens her locker. Polly ignores the risque male photos.
So, you got any plans next Friday? You can come to the True Love Insurrection meeting.
What's erection?
It's a group of nice girls like you and me. We share stories, eat muffins, and talk about how awesome it is to not have premarital sex. We like to think of ourselves as the disciples of virginity. We even have a cheer. I've got razzmatazz, pure pizzazz. Hey boy, point that thing the other way, 'cause Jesus is my glue, and that's all the glue I need.
Off Nora, slightly traumatized. Exterior, Diaz home, morning. A 3-story 1920s stately colonial home in an affluent Augusta gated community. Interior, kitchen, morning. Nora sits at the table, eyes glued to her cell phone. Her father, Gary, 40s, a handsome, well-dressed man, helps Nora's mother, Mary, 40s, ready breakfast. She's attractive, a little neurotic, and New Age bohemian.
Where's your brother?
Probably feeding Larry. Man, Georgia has its panties in a wad over abortion. We moved here a month ago, and the cray-cray's already running rampant.
Gary sets down a plate of food in front of Nora.
Good thing we don't need to worry about our peanut.
Nora gives a poker face to camera, sips orange juice.
Don't you have root canals today?
He spits out the coffee, pours the rest down the sink.
You're absolutely right, dear. A steady hand keeps an orthodontist in demand, not to mention a golfer in command. Gotta get my backswing down for the tournament next month.
Nora's brother Zeek, 14, enters wearing a mud-stained shirt and pajama bottoms. He's an effeminate, cute, gangly nerd. He starts to pick up an orange.
Did you wash your hands?
Before he can answer, she squirts sanitizer into his palm.
We need more watercress for Larry.
I'll have to take out a loan to pay for that rodent's meals.
That rodent affects entire ecosystems and creates habitats for over 30 wetland species. Their used trees provide nesting habitat for herons. Not to mention, they improve water quality, which is more than we humans can say.
Gary raises a glass of water in a toast.
Well then, here's to Larry.
Zeek seems placated and joins Nora at the table. He opens a magazine, Animal Defenders International, and reads while methodically peeling an orange in one spiraled piece. Nora observes her brother.
Zeke's been obsessed with animals since toddlerhood. His dream is to start his own practice, Vets Without Borders, and end poaching worldwide. He's got a ginormous heart. In fact, he loves animals so much, he won't even eat them, which I find admirable. He's even started volunteering at a local vet clinic. He's also a self-proclaimed atheist and gay. That last part's our secret. I'm really proud of him, no matter what he is. I just wish he'd be proud of himself and come out. Too bad he missed his window of opportunity.
Exterior, Westmount High, morning. A colonial red brick building, palatial white pillars. Students ascend steps leading to an entrance. Interior, VW Bug, exterior parking lot, morning. Nora turns off the ignition, opens her purse, pulls out a Metallica t-shirt and hands it to Zeek, who's wearing a preppy purple Izod. He recoils.
It's for your own good.
He looks at his reflection in the visor mirror, smooths his eyebrow with the back of his hand.
I'll continue to let my freak flag fly, thank you very much.
Newsflash, we're south of the Mason-Dixon. They burn freak flags here.
Well, your doomy flag seems to be flying pretty high.
That's different. I'm a senior.
He defiantly stuffs the shirt in his backpack and climbs out.
Be true to who you are. Your words, not mine.
He turns and walks away.
That was in California.
Nora shakes her head, applies lipstick in the side view mirror, keeping an eye on him. In the side view mirror, a gaggle of boys approach Zeek. The vibe is not good. Nora grabs her backpack and jumps out.
Hey, wait up.
A black-clad Tamara walks up. Nora's still preoccupied with Zeek. He mysteriously quells the situation. She sighs.
Brothers.
Royal pains in the ass.
They turn and walk together.
If I don't keep an eagle eye on him, shit gets whack fast.
They pass the skateboarder kid from Nora's homeroom. He leers at them and performs a repulsive form of cunnilingus on the whole of a bagel. Tamara grabs her crotch and yells,
Too bad you're never gonna get the real thing, ass monkey. God, skateboarders are so annoying.
I know, it's like, duh, there are other modes of transportation.
A text on Nora's phone. She glances at the screen, grimaces.
God, it's my stupid ex again.
Why is he stupid?
He stuck his dirty little wanker inside some crusty skag muffin 3 weeks before I left town.
Shit. It's Polly Dankin.
Angle, Westmount High, entrance. Polly stands at the top step, aggressively shoving flyers at passing students. Back to the girls.
Ugh, she's in my homeroom.
She's the freaking devil.
She seems like a harmless Jesus freak to me.
Tamara pulls Nora aside, dead serious.
You don't get it. Prudes are like a pack of coyotes with a social hierarchy. Raquel's the alpha bitch, and Polly appears to be the nice one. Her sole job is to recruit. It's the prude ambush strategy. Just like one coyote in the pack feigns weakness to lure its prey in for the kill, Polly pretends to be nice to ensnare sluts and cleanse them of their sins.
Are they even popular?
They're lower in the stratosphere than skateboarders and super obsessed with growing their base. Guess they want to earn extra points before the apocalypse or something. I've heard they have secret rituals at the old church on Diamond Lake.
Sounds like an urban legend.
Just saying, watch your back.
Interior, hallway, day. Nora opens the combination lock on her locker. An effervescent Raquel walks up with Brittany and Celeste. Nora exhales to camera. Dear God, save me.
We'd like to apologize for getting off on the wrong foot. How about we start over? You can come with us to the J. Crew sale this weekend.
Nora sees they're theoretically semi-well-intentioned.
Look, because I'm respectful of your time and mine, I'll cut to the chase. My soul can't be saved.
Sound like that devil worshipper's been rubbing off on you? Well, I have the utmost faith we can rise above all that woo-woo mumbo-jumbo and be friends. Am I right, girls? How about a slumber party?
We can make caramel corn.
I'm allergic to corn.
Nora opens her locker. Their eyes dart away from the lewd male model photos, with the exception of Brittany, who leers.
Then we'll have pretzels. Come on, what do you say?
Just then, Zeek passes by in his purple eyes downcast.
Looky there, a little sausage jockey.
A what?
A tiny pole dancer?
Is there a problem?
Yeah, it's called homophobia and it's lame.
Are you aware that God thinks homosexuality is lame?
Are you aware using derogatory slang terms is lame?
Like you've never once called a passionate Christian like me a Bible humper or a religutard?
Nora gives a guilty look to camera, then...
How do you even know he's gay?
No straight man wears purple.
Brittany softles in a surprising moment of compassion.
The good news is there's hope for even the most morally bankrupt. All you gotta do is choose to follow Jesus, and your soul's washed clean.
The bad news is the next pole that boy'll be dancing with is the devil's pitchfork.
The girls giggle. Nora casts an icy gaze upon Raquel.
I happen to think poles are awesome, and every inch of every pole in the world should be sucked by every mouth, including yours.
Raquel's suddenly thrown off her God center. The prudes stand, open mouth. Raquel darkens, yanks a photo off Nora's locker, and holds it up to her face.
This boy shaves his chest in nether region. So, it's obvious you like dirty, ungodly poles because you're dirty and ungodly.
Raquel rips the photo in half. Nora stares, stunned.
You just vandalized my property.
You vandalized my eyes. Apologize.
You apologize.
Apologize for your vulgarity.
The jock walking by stops and yells.
Girl fight!
Students flock to the scene as the girls launch into an epic hair-pulling battle. After a moment...
Break it up! Break it up!
Principal Struthers, 40s, a stout woman in an imitation Chanel suit, pushes her way through the throng of students, pulls the girls up by their arms.
Detention! Tomorrow! Both of you!
Exterior, Augusta sky, dusk. The sun looms behind ominous billowing clouds. We tilt down to find Nora's VW driving down a tree-lined street. Black walnuts and towering loblolly pines, dilapidated homes in Augusta's historic district near downtown. Exterior, a quaint two-story home, driveway, dusk. The VW parks. Nora emerges, heads down a cracked sidewalk past a giant magnolia casting a foreboding shadow over the home. She ascends creaky wooden porch steps, the eerie jingle of rusted wind chimes. A woman's jubilant face appears at the window, startling her. The screen door swings open. It's Tamara's mother, Bonnie Biffle. She's 40s, warm-hearted, carries the weight of a troubled past. Literally, too. She's quite a beast. She glances at Nora's short skirt and long legs. Her eyes shoot open wide. She manages to force a little smile.
We've been waiting for you. Got some cookies in the oven and hot chocolate on the stove. Come on in.
Cut to close on a Jesus wall clock. Tick-tock. The hands slowly sweep by. Jesus looks ever so slightly cynical. His hands are clasped pointedly downward to Tamara, who is sitting on a couch below, wearing pink lipstick, a floral dress, and a sheepish expression. Quite a 180 from the Tamara at school. Her mother sits close by, visibly unnerved, sipping hot chocolate. An awkward silence, broken by,
So, what brought you to Augusta?
reveal Nora, utterly confused, sitting on an adjacent chair.
Well, my grandma kicked the bucket and left my dad a monster heap of cash. But we were still California poor because my dad's business was slow. And you get way more bang for your buck here. Plus, he likes to golf. I did get a new car out of the deal, though. And I'm still dealing with the fact that my skis boyfriend TMI?
Tamara shoots her a look. Bonnie is shocked into silence.
I think we need to study now.
Tamara rises from the couch. Bonnie heads her off with a plate of cookies. She sits.
Sweetie, you thought about inviting Nora to Bible study? Might be nice to introduce her to Pastor Dan. He can empathize with the fleshy and carnal ways of the world. He's from Savannah.
Well, I'm a recovering Catholic, so I should probably take a pass.
A tense silence. Nora bumbles on.
Get it? Like a recovering alcoholic, but a Catholic.
Bonnie mutters a quick prayer. Then, with genuine concern.
Well, you might want to think about jumpstarting your faith, dear.
Interior, Tamara's bedroom, dusk. Pink, floral, framed pictures of Jesus. A crucifix above the bed. Nora gapes at Tamara, who looks shamefaced.
I had no idea my mom would be home. She's usually at crochet club.
You could have texted. And whose team do you play for anyway?
Cell phones are forbidden on Atonement Tuesdays.
You're not answering me. Goth prairie girl? Jesus or the devil?
Church means everything to my mom.
But what about you?
A vulnerable Tamara takes a deep breath.
My brother almost died from cancer 3 years ago. The doctor gave him a 10% chance.
Shit, I'm sorry.
My mom prayed every day for over a year. Then, one day after Pastor Dan's sermon, he miraculously began to turn around again.
So you're with Jesus then?
Maybe. I don't know. I believe there's a benevolent force in the universe. I just don't know it's a hot white dude who looks like that.
Tamara gestures to the picture of Jesus.
Jesus is pretty studly. But why the occult vibe at school?
It's called Wicca. It's kind of like a religion, but it's about peace and living in harmony with the planet.
Noble. So the devil talk?
Keeps the celibates at bay.
Ballsy. And the whole Christ crusade charade?
My mom would spontaneously combust if she knew I was a Wiccan.
Interior, Westmont Library. Aisle, day. Detention. Aboard Nora peruses bookshelves, sucking a lollipop. Something catches her eye. She pulls out a book, studies the cover with wide eyes. An alcove, a minute later. She discreetly pages through the complete Kama Sutra, growing hornier by the second. She crunches her lollipop hard and turns the book sideways. Across the way, Raquel tilts her head to get a better view of the book. Her look curdles. Back to Nora. She takes a look around. The coast is clear. She reaches under the table, begins to pleasure herself out of frame. Under the table, a rubber band ball rolls towards Nora's feet. A few feet away is Jay Zimmerman, a scrawny geek on his hands and knees, searching for it. He spots the ball, looks up and, holy Moses, he makes a profoundly grateful sign of the cross over his chest and pulls out his cell phone. Back to Nora, reclining in her chair, eyes closed, sucking her lollipop. A throat clears off screen, jolting her back to the moment. Her chair slides out. She crashes to the floor. Again. Nora, flat on her back. A livid librarian looms over her and waves the Kama Sutra, book in her stunned face.
I don't know where you found this smut, but it's absolutely forbidden in my library.
But it was in the history section.
Well, that part of history should have been removed.
The librarian grabs Nora's lollipop in a huff.
And I don't allow candy either.
But
Save your butts for Principal Struthers. What's your name, Missy?
Nora Diaz.
She storms away. Nora looks across the room at Raquel, smiling smugly. It suddenly hits Nora. The bitch ratted on her.
Nora?
A hand enters frame, pulls her up. It's a concerned Tyler.
You sure end up on your back a lot.
Nora steadies herself. Her body is pressing up next to his. She gives him a deep eye stare.
Guess you bring it out in me.
You're on my foot.
Nora deflates, steps back.
Oops, sorry.
She looks past Tyler to see Raquel smirking, giving the gay limp wrist gesture. Off Nora, quickly darkening. Interior, hallway, day. Nora walks with her books close to her chest.
Am I peeved Raquel cost me another day's detention? Hell yes. But what really chaps my ass is those frozen twat princesses cramping my fierce come-hither style. I will not allow them to get under my skin with this BS rumor about Tyler. I mean, anyone with half a gaydar could tell the boy longs for lady bits. Maybe it's time to prove just how much.
Cut to a long row of football players' butts. Pan their backsides in the scrimmage position. End pan on one butt. A hand is wedged between the player's legs. A throaty grunt. Hut! Pull back to reveal. Exterior, Westmont football field, day. Players charge ahead. Tyler hangs back, hurls the ball. Nora stands behind a chain-link fence, ogling them. They topple into a heap. A whistle blows. She waves at Tyler. He runs over, sweaty, gorgeous, out of breath.
Hey, Nora. What's up?
There's a movie playing at the mall tonight. You want to go?
Ah, dang it. I got a ball-busting trig test coming up.
I'm great at math. I can totally tutor you.
Really? That'd be sweet.
A booming voice from the field. Tatum, get over here!
Meet me at the mall at 7?
He gives her a thumbs up and runs off. Nora turns and discreetly gives a thumbs up to camera. Interior, movie theater, night. Tyler and Nora sit at the back of the theater, eyes glued to the big screen, eating popcorn. He stretches and slides one arm around her. She smiles subtly to camera. She grabs a handful of popcorn, glances down at the bulge in his pants, looks to camera with a smug grin, then looks back up at the screen. A buff Zac Efron runs on the beach shirtless. Nora's grin fades. Tyler pulls her closer. Nora sighs. He then smooths his eyebrow with the back of his hand. The same mannerism as her gay brother Zeek. Nora gives a confused look to camera. She stews. Then, an idea. She turns to camera with a glimmer, then unzips his jeans. His eyes shoot wide open. Her hands disappear out of frame. He smiles, leans back into his seat, and closes his eyes. Dissolve to darkness. A light slices through frame, revealing Nora looking into her locker. Pull back to reveal interior, hallway, day. A self-assured Nora removes a textbook from her locker.
It's been 3 days since the handy McDandy, and my sixth sense tells me I'm on the fast track to Bone Town. I mean, look, Tyler gave me this.
She pulls out a small potted cactus. It's oddly phallic. She pricks her finger, quickly licks it, and forces a smile.
I love the desert. And he also got me these.
She puts on earmuffs and does her best to look enthused.
They totally complement my skin tone, and that kind of thoughtful consideration spells Fuckfest if you ask me. On a freakishly coincidental note, though, the Prudes seem to be upping their game.
Cut to interior phys ed classroom, doorway, day. Raquel and her Prude posse pass out chastity pamphlets.
Safe sex is not safe.
Birth control can fail. Early sexual activity leads to depression, marital infidelity, divorce, and maternal poverty.
Back to Nora. At her locker, Jay Zimmerman, the boy under the library table, passes by, gawking.
Whatevs, I got my mojo back.
Just then, a frazzled Raquel walks up, dangling a gay porn centerfold in her pinched fingers like it's hazardous waste.
I know you and Diablo dumbass dumped this vile fairy porn in my locker, and lucky for you, this time I'm gonna turn the other cheek. You should have given it to somebody who'd appreciate it, i.e. Tyler, who, by the way, played spin the bottle with Jimmy Schmitz in the shower after state last year. Sleep on that, slut.
She turns on her heels and trots off. A cheerleader a few lockers down gives Nora a grim nod of confirmation. Off Nora's unsettled look. Interior, Nora's bedroom, night. Nora lies in bed staring at the ceiling, ruminating. Her gaze shifts to two long shadows on the wall. They begin to move and intersect. Zac Efron suddenly appears with his arms outstretched like Christ on the cross. He's in a white Speedo wearing a crown of thorns. Nora's eyes shoot wide open.
Can't sleep?
Zac Efron? You're Jesus?
Pretty much. Look, we need to have a little tete-a-tete about what's going on in that tet of yours. So, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, something the authors of the Bible seem to have overlooked. I'm gay. And I can detect gay a mile away.
Rewind. Jesus is gay?
And the 12 apostles.
So the world's been lied to for over 2,000 years.
Unfortunately, humankind has always been homophobic.
Well, I'm not.
But maybe you're homo-alethophobic. You fear gay truth.
Zac steps down off the cross and sits on her bed.
Honey, you fear sexy guys like me are gay, but you also secretly hope we're gay. Dude-on-dude action means you're left out of the equation, which means you can't be rejected, but also means you can't have an intimate relationship.
So now you have a PhD in psychology?
Believe me when I tell you, Tyler Tatum is gay as all get out.
Raquel sent you, didn't she?
Close on Zac's face. Raquel's face superimposes over it. She says, Tyler's gay, repeatedly. Their voices begin to lag like a tape being played super slowly. A text snaps Nora back to the moment. She shakes her head. What a nightmare. She turns over her phone, hopeful it's from Tyler. But no, it's a dick pic from Derek, and miss this? Nora grunts angrily into her pillows. Cut to, close on a mouth biting into a hot dog. Mustard oozes and drips off. Pull back to reveal, interior, cafeteria, day. Tyler eats a hot dog while Nora helps him with trig.
Sine is adjacent to hypotenuse?
No, sine is over hypotenuse.
Man, I'm never gonna get this.
Raquel, Brittany, and Celeste approach with trays of food.
Trouble in paradise.
We're studying, please go away.
They ignore her and sit at the table.
We come in peace. If I can't forgive you, how can I expect God to forgive me?
So you admit you're a sinner?
Raquel places her hand on Nora's with genuine intent.
Some of us need more forgiveness than others. So, big game this weekend?
Yep.
Go Tomcats, go!
Nora notices a gold ring on Raquel's ring finger.
Stop the presses, you're engaged?
Of course I am. To Jesus.
We girls choose to commit to our Heavenly Father and refrain from whoreful activities, such as the ones y'all participate in.
Why are you so judgmental?
The Lord judges through us.
And what constitutes whorefulness?
Butt play, blowies, knit jobs, fringe binging, clam boarding, below the belt, nutter butters, and penetration of the 7 holes.
Raquel and Celeste subtly exchange uneasy looks.
What about kissing?
Horful.
Hand holding?
Leads to being horful.
So where's your ring?
I'm fixing to get mine at this year's father-daughter purity ball. It's a commitment to our earthly fathers as well.
So you're like married to your biological fathers?
Ew! It's not like that.
We make a pledge before God and our fathers to stay pure. And my daddy vows to live his life in purity to set an example for me, so I don't marry some cheating loser with STDs. It's really quite beautiful.
Don't you find that a wee bit incestuous?
Is your mind always in the gutter?
Raquel turns to Tyler with a scrutinizing stare.
How do you feel about pledging your virginity, Tyler? Cat got your tongue?
You should leave him out of this.
You're stupid to chase after him, 'cause it ain't ever gonna happen.
What does that mean?
She's just jealous her cooter ain't getting any dipstick action.
At least my cooter ain't soiled.
Oh, something tells me your cooter is very, very dirty.
We're not jealous of a dipstick that prefers other dipsticks.
What does that mean?
That's between you and God.
Tyler suddenly turns to Nora, takes her in his arms, and kisses her intensely. The prudes gape. Brittany, of course, is secretly turned on. Students cheer. There's an electricity in the air born of lust and bravado. Tyler swipes his tray off the table. It crashes to the floor. Nora lies down on top. Tyler mounts her. A full-on make-out session ensues. Raquel gapes.
Godless sinners!
The prudes storm out. The crowd goes wild. Football players cheer, Tyler, Tyler, Tyler. Angled 2 cafeteria chefs. Chef number 1 attempts to get a better view. Chef number 2, baffled.
Gotta be hormones in the chicken.
Angle, Zeek, sitting alone, grimly shaking his head. Back to Tyler and Nora. Going at it on the table, Tyler leaps off Nora and pumps his fist victoriously. More cliques join in. Geeks, metalheads, cheerleaders. Tyler! Tyler! He gives Nora due credit.
Cobra! Cobra! Cobra!
The crowd chants, Cobra! Cobra! Tyler helps Nora to her feet, then beats his chest. She curtsies and reaches for his hand to give a synchronous final bow. He pulls away. Off Nora, a wave of realization crossing over her face. Cut to extreme close-up, wide, agitated eyes with constricted pupils.
Well, at least you're not on drugs.
Pull back to reveal. Interior, principal's office, day. Principal Struthers shines a penlight in Nora's eyes. She retreats behind her desk. A plaque reads, Principal Struthers. She taps her fingers, both annoyed and confused.
First, you ambush Raquel Rogers, then you indulge in pornography in the library, and now this?
She turns a computer monitor to reveal a full-screen gif of Nora and Tyler dry humping in the cafeteria. His butt pumps repeatedly in an exaggerated movement. Nora, sheepishly.
We were reenacting the scene from Greece when Danny and Sandy... Look, I feel totally lost. It's like I'm in a foreign country and I can't speak the language. Like, literally, fixin' and y'all? Who talks that way? Please, just don't expel me.
You should have thought about that before you and Mr. Tatum decided to reenact Summer Nights.
I'll do anything, please.
Exterior, principal's office, continuous. Nora closes the door, downcast, dejected. She heads down the hallway. She passes the door with the sign TLI. A group is gathered inside. Intrigued, Nora stops to peer through the window. She lingers, listening to the students' muffled chatter. There's a kindness and warmth in their exchange. We suddenly see a longing in Nora's eyes, a desire to fit in, be understood. A portly girl notices and waves to Nora, who gives a brief, who me look of confusion. The girl nods jubilantly. Interior classroom, continuous. Nora enters, spots a C-pin on the girl's lapel, freezes.
Come on, sit. We're not gonna bite.
An apprehensive Nora surveys the room. Prude sit in a semicircle, including Polly, Celeste, Brittany, and Raquel.
Nora, what a surprise.
This wouldn't happen to be one of those razzmatazz blue meetings.
Sure is. Now take a seat.
I actually have to go.
We won't take no for an answer.
Celeste was just sharing her story.
Nora takes a muffin, reluctantly crosses the room and sits.
Go on, Celeste.
Like I was saying, my parents were yelling like never before, and my mama said, what she actually said was, John, I hope your penis rots off and the neighbor's dog chews it and shits it out.
Stunned gasps from the group.
God hates divorce. We must pray.
Celeste begins to sob uncontrollably. Nora's visibly uneasy.
It'll be okay, Celeste.
How? How will it be okay? My parents are getting a divorce.
After my mama started selling meth, my daddy divorced her. And looking back, it was probably for the best.
Celeste sobs harder. The Prudes exchange worried looks. Nora, feeling her pain, blurts out,
My parents got separated once,
No, please. Not another divorce story.
but then they went to counseling.
Counseling?
Now they're like totally happy.
Maybe my parents could go to counseling.
Well, sure. I mean, wouldn't Jesus have done the same thing?
Nora gives a, did I just say that? Look to camera. Polly and Raquel look equally stupefied. Nora bumbles on.
Like, let's say, hypothetically, Jesus could do the horizontal nasty and he married a prostitute. Well, you know she would have cheated on him eventually, but Jesus is rock solid. He'd stick it out.
The bewilderment is palpable.
But let's say an evil king made them get separated. Jesus would try to hook up again because he's all about love.
I think we've heard enough.
Wait, I get what she's saying. Marital infidelity can be forgiven even if one person is a whore.
Nora gives a self-satisfied smirk.
Exactly.
Exterior, Westmount High, dusk. Nora and Tamara descend the front steps.
It was the first time lying actually gave me warm, fuzzy feelings inside. It was weird.
I accidentally sat in on a meeting once. They wanted to know how many boys I've had sex with. 1. Gerald Kyoto, under the bleachers, 2017. He died from an aneurysm an hour later.
You rocked his world, girl.
Or I'm a murderer. Now, tell me about your meeting with Struthers.
Basically, all I have to do is sit in front of a stupid shrink and blather on about how my mom never breastfed me. Blah, blah, blah.
I hope it's not the same shrink that hypnotized Katie Jenkins.
Let's look at the bright side. My cafe dry humpathon proved Tyler's hog is wild for me.
That sure must have frosted those Prude's muffins.
Speak of the devil and her minions.
Across the parking lot, Brittany climbs inside her Chevy truck with a burlap bag over her shoulder, wearing a prairie-style long white dress.
What the hell's she doing? Going to a wedding in a potato field?
Brittany's battered Chevy truck pulls out of the space.
You got a GPS and a stepladder?
Cut to a crescent moon rising in a darkening, ominous horizon. Tilt down to a steeple atop a 19th century church nestled in the woods by a lake. Weeping willows sway in the wind.
Holy Mother of God.
Exterior, old church, night. Nora peers through a window. Pull out to reveal she's standing on Tamara's back, who's on all fours underneath.
This beats Handmaid's Tale any day of the week.
Come on, it's my turn.
Interior, old church, same. Dark, eerie, stained glass windows, carved wooden pews. Flickering candles light up inlaid, painted, holy scenes. Raquel stares intensely at a red candle, which casts a menacing red glow over her face. She's standing before an altar with a crucifix atop. 16 prudes are circled around, dressed in white, including Polly, Celeste, and Brittany.
It's come to my attention there are homosexuals infiltrating our school. And as you know, these fickle fairies use their powers of seduction to break up families. So, we must protect ourselves. Which is why I brought y'all these.
She holds up a bedazzled crucifix necklace.
50% off at Nordstrom.
Oohs and ahs, and one praise Jesus from the clatch. Exterior old church, same. Nora remains fixated on the scene through the window.
They seem really passionate about jewelry. Okay, your turn.
Nora hops off. Tamara rises and brushes dirt off her knees. Suddenly, a death metal ringtone blares. A song by Cannibal Corpse. I cut her crotch, in her ass I stuck my cock. Tamara hurriedly swipes her cell screen, rejecting the call.
Shit, that was my mom.
Mute it, dude.
Interior, old church, same. Celeste meekly raises her hand and speaks softly.
I'd like to update y'all on my situation. My mama moved out.
Let us join hands in prayer to pray for your parents' forgiveness.
She moved in with her golf coach, who's a woman.
The prudes gasp incredulously. Raquel's eyes twitch, her face reddens. She seems extra affected by the news. Exterior, church, same. Tamara peers through the window, now standing on Nora's back.
God, I wish we could be flies on the wall.
A distant bleat off-screen startles Tamara. Reveal a lone goat grazing nearby. She loses her footing and falls. Thump! She hits the ground. They freeze and whisper angrily.
I knew we should have brought a ladder.
Home Depot was 10 miles away.
A figure casts a shadow on the ground outside. They dive for cover against the wall under the sill. Polly appears and peers out, sees the goat and walks away. Phew. Interior, church, same. Polly stands at the altar beside Raquel, holding a pink ping-pong paddle. The Virgin Mary graces its face. Celeste is on the floor on all fours before them. Polly gives her a hard swat across the butt. Celeste yelps.
I repent for my mama's sins.
10 more, so Jesus takes you seriously.
Raquel grabs the paddle, whacks her on the butt repeatedly. A tearful Celeste grimaces. Raquel turns to the Prudes.
Anyone else have gay in the family?
The Prudes shudder in silence. Angle, Nora, and Tamara, now inside a confession booth, gawking from behind a curtain. Back to Raquel. At the altar, suddenly buoyant.
Okay then, let's welcome Lisa.
Lisa, 18, a lanky pretty girl, steps forward.
Tell me this, Lisa Langley. How many sex partners have you had?
About 3 or 4.
Which is it?
7.
Do you hear that, sisters? 7.
Stunned gasps from the Prudes. Raquel turns to Polly.
Time to roll her out. Roll her out!
The sound of squeaky wheels rolling across the floor. A Prude enters the circle pushing a cart with one large dildo atop. Raquel picks it up, waves it in front of Lisa's stunned face.
Let the repentance begin.
Suddenly, the lights flip on. In the vestry doorway stands Floyd, 50s, a crotchety bearded man in a janitorial jacket. Angle, Nora, and Polly. A rush of fear floods their faces. Floyd raises a rifle over his head. The Prudes gasp and step back.
How many times do I gotta tell you? Church is not in session. Now take your filthy toys and scram!
He chases after them, waving the rifle wildly. The Prudes shriek and make a beeline for the door. Angle, Nora, and Tamara climbing out a window. Exterior, woods, night. Nora and Tamara weave between trees, running for their lives. Suddenly they stop, gasping from fatigue and fear. There's a tall chain-link fence in the distance. Nora, out of breath.
I picked a fine day to wear heels.
The sound of a gun cocking.
I don't take kindly to trespassers.
The girls freeze, terror-stricken. They turn to face Floyd, who has his finger poised on the rifle trigger.
Hands over your heads, ladies.
They slowly raise their trembling hands. A sudden wave of realization crosses over Tamara's face.
Floyd?
I know you.
It's Tamara. Tamara Biffle?
A long, tense beat. He lowers his rifle.
Good God Almighty. Bonnie Biffle's daughter.
The girls exhale tension. Floyd brightens.
Last time I saw you, you was just a tiny tadpole. Your mama's still assisting baptisms for Pastor Dan?
Every first of the month.
Exterior, Westmount High, morning. Sun shines overhead. Nora and Tamara cross the parking lot, rehashing their crazy night.
God, the size of that thing.
More importantly, what the hell were they gonna do with it?
Nora spots Zeek behind a dumpster with the same gaggle of boys. She slows.
Go ahead, I'll catch up.
Tamara heads to the entrance. Nora slowly approaches the dumpster. Her jaw drops. The boys were smoking cigarettes, including Zeek, who's wearing the Metallica t-shirt. What the fuck? Interior, Zeke's bedroom, night. Not your typical boys' room. Animal tchotchkes on shelves. Posters of Einstein, Duran Duran, California bird species. Nora's rummaging through his dresser drawers in the dark, muttering to herself.
Freaking poser's gotta stockpile his cigs somewhere.
A text startles her. It's from Tyler. Got 3 days detention. Sad face emoji. How's my lunch, buddy?
Buddy?
She texts back. Grounded. Angry faced emoji. And missing you. A ruminative beat.
Do buddies do this?
She lifts up her shirt. Snaps a photo of her boobs. Sends it to him. After what seems like forever, she receives a text back. One measly thumbs up emoji. She grows increasingly agitated. Pulls up her skirt. Shoves her phone in her crotch. Just then, the lights flip on.
Nora?
Zeke stands at the doorway, open mouth. A guilty Nora awkwardly pulls the phone out of her crotch.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Cut to a sliding nameplate on a mahogany door. Dr. Jerry Turner. A hand knocks. It's Nora's, not looking too enthused.
You may enter.
She gives a here we go look to camera. Opens the door. Interior, therapist office, continuous. Taxidermy antelope and gazelle mounted headpieces decorate the walls. The animal's vacant, beady eyes seem to stare at Nora from all directions. She sits across from Dr. Jerry Turner, a bald, bespectacled man in a suit and yellow bow tie, who appears to be the exact antithesis of a hunter. He scans over a file on his desk.
So, you've seen the big hit video.
The copulation simulation in the lunchroom, or the hostile hair pulling in the hallway?
There's a second one?
A tense silence as he shakes his head, staring at her over the tops of his glasses. Nora's gaze shifts to a gazelle's head.
Good thing they lifted that ban on trophy hunting, right? I don't care what those liberals say, gotta thin the herd. There's way too many lions roaming there.
He turns around a framed autograph photo of Barack Obama that reads, "Thank you, Jerry." Nora shrinks.
This is Coach Higgins' office. I'm using it temporarily.
The honest truth? I so miss Obama.
Do not attempt to placate me.
His polite disdain turns vitriolic.
Tell me, Ms. Diaz, do you have difficulty hearing?
No, sir.
Then hear this loud and clear. I'll put you in a bus straight to juvie if you don't show me you're serious about helping yourself. I want 50.
She starts to head to the floor to do push-ups.
50 hours of community service.
You mean work at a soup kitchen?
You'll just spin that into an extracurricular in your college essay. What else do you know how to do besides cause trouble?
I was on the swim team.
Then go teach people how to swim. And I want a logbook of names, dates, and times.
But it really dries out my... Yes, sir.
She scampers out of his office. Interior, hallway, continuous. Tyler and his football buddies head her way. It appears he's earned a newfound respect from his recent display of machismo, and he's digging it. She eyes him cynically. He waves to Nora, oblivious. Interior, Westmount High, hallway, morning. A downtrodden Nora weaves in and out of students carrying a stack of colorful paper. She turns into interior, commons area. She walks up to a cluttered bulletin board, staples a flyer. Free swim lessons. She shuffles away. A class bell rings. Kids file out of an adjacent classroom. One red-headed, bespectacled nerdy boy, 14, eyes her flyer.
That's my boy.
Exterior, Diaz home, backyard, day. Zeek feeds corn to his rescue beaver, Larry, through a wire cage which is connected to a bridge leading to a small, man-made pond surrounded by a chain-link fence.
You were hungry, weren't you?
Nora ambles up with a box of flyers. Zeek doesn't look up.
Why were you taking pictures of your cooch in my bedroom?
I was searching for answers.
Zeke ignores her, opens the cage, picks up the animal, and caresses it in his arms.
Hey, buddy. Want to go for a swim?
I'm worried, Zeke. You haven't been acting like yourself lately.
She should worry about herself because her boyfriend's gay. Hear that, Larry? That's the sound of a sister in denial.
I don't care what your little gaydar says, his wiener says.
She's such a hypocrite. She was all gung-ho about me coming out, but now she's doing everything to keep me and her boyfriend in the closet.
Nora, suddenly furious.
I saw you smoking by the dumpster.
You were spying on me?
Jesus, Zeke, you know the tobacco industry does animal testing.
Zeke puts the beaver back in its cage.
I've only smoked 5 or 6 times in my entire life.
Well, you look like frickin' Keith Richards out there.
A tense silence. Nora exhales, lowers her voice, sincere.
Look, I don't want you to get hurt.
They like me. I make them laugh.
Or do you make them deals?
She unveils a small baggie of large white pills. He gasps and lunges for the bag.
What are they, horse tranquilizers?
None of your business.
Did you steal them from the vet?
He relents, sits on a tree stump, eyes downcast.
Answer me or I'll tell Mom and Dad. Zeke!
Nora searches his face for any hint of reaction. An emotional beat. His eyes turn fragile.
I hate living a double life.
A tear streams down his cheek. She envelops him in a hug.
I just want to build a dam for Larry.
Then that's what you'll do.
Interior, Diaz home, kitchen, later. Mary makes a green drink in a blender. Nora enters, opens the cupboards, and grabs a lollipop from a large bag.
Those are for your dad's office.
Nora rolls her eyes, puts the lollipop back. She opens the fridge and grabs a soft drink, then turns around to Mother, whose hand is outstretched with 3 condoms.
Zeke showed me the video.
It was a stupid 3-second gif.
Just be smart, please.
I'm older than you were, and so far no pregnancy.
So, are you and Derek over?
for the most part.
Does he know that?
Mary nods to a vase of red roses on a shelf, which eclipse a dying, shriveled cactus from Tyler. Nora starts to inhale the flowers. Hesitates. Drops them in the wastebasket instead.
Guess it's time to move on.
Exterior. Upscale Augusta neighborhood. Day. A gorgeous fall day. Nora's VW Bug drives along a tree-lined street under a canopy of red and yellow foliage. Exterior. Augusta mansion. Driveway. Interior. VW Bug. Day. The VW pulls up. Parks next to a tiered fountain. The home looks like something out of Gone with the Wind. Zeek looks up from his cell phone.
This is it?
Nora checks Google Maps, then the address on the house.
Shit, yeah.
Exterior, Augusta mansion, front door, day. A handsome man, Bill, 40s, athletic and magnetic, opens the door to Nora and Zeek standing out front.
You must be Nora. And you are?
This is my brother Zeek. I have to drop him off at the Audubon Society afterward. Is it cool if...
No problem at all.
The nerdy boy who eyed Nora's flyer, Asher, 14, walks up.
Be forewarned, I sink more than I swim. Hi, I'm Asher. You go to Westmont? I'm in 2 accelerated courses, so I'm pretty invincible.
Zeke smiles big. His gaydar is going Richter. Bill unconsciously steps between them.
Let me show you all of the pool.
Interior, foyer, continuous. A grandiose winding staircase. A crucifix and a large family portrait adorn the front wall. Inside the frame is a southern family poised to perfection, and Raquel front and center. Zeke and Nora enter. Nora spots her nemesis on the wall.
Holy shining light of Jesus! My parents have the same cross.
Well, I say coincidences are God's way of connecting kindred spirits.
Funny, I say the same thing.
Zeke shoots her a what the fuck look. Exterior, mansion backyard and pool area, day. Lush landscaping surrounds a rectangular pool. Asher and Zeke sit on lounge chairs. Bill escorts a flustered Nora to exterior pool house. He opens the door for her.
So, no other family members on the docket today?
Well, my wife's in Greece and just extended her vacation another week, and my daughter does volunteer work on Saturdays, so it's just us. She's fixing to be a debutante.
Oh, how wonderful.
Now holler if you need anything.
Thanks, I'll be right out.
She bends over to open her backpack, then jumps up, realizing he might see her cobra tattoo. The condoms drop to the floor. She swipes them up, turns to him mortified. He pretends not to notice.
Sure you don't need a towel? I got millions of them. I'm in the textile business, you know. They call me king of carpets.
I'm good, thanks.
An awkward silence.
Okay, then.
Bill turns and walks away with a God, I'm an idiot look. Interior, pool house, moments later. Nora slouches against the door.
Fucking great.
Exterior, pool house, minutes later. Nora exits, confidently slipping on her goggles. She strides across the patio in a one-piece, stops at the pool's edge.
This is fucking great. They say keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right?
She dives in the pool. Underwater shot. Nora glides through the water with a glimmer.
I can't get much closer than this.
Series of shots. The swim lesson. A. Nora teaching Asher the crawl while Zeke floats by on a raft in shades with an umbrella drink. B. Zeke and Bill barbecuing at the grill. C. A smitten Asher rubbing lotion on Zeke's shoulders. D. The 4 receiving professional massages. Exterior, Augusta mansion, front door, later. Nora and Zeke say their goodbyes to Bill and Asher.
Well, thanks for manning the grill, Zeke. Asher could stand to take a few lessons in barbecuing, too.
Bill chuckles. Asher rolls his eyes.
Good luck on your beaver dam. Hey, I almost forgot. My book list for 2019. Wow, thanks.
See y'all next Saturday.
The door closes. Zeke and Nora turn and descend the steps.
Just curious, was your gaydar...
Off the charts.
God. She's such a hypocrite. I so have the upper hand.
A text. Zeke looks at his phone.
It's Asher. Don't worry, I'm sure your hetero boyfriend will call soon.
Off Nora, losing her smile. Interior, VW Bug. Exterior, Westmount High. Parking lot. Morning. A solemn, ruminative Nora sits with her car idling. She texts Tyler. Want to grab B-Fast? A quick text back. Sorry, gotta Xerox some papers. Irked, she shoves her phone inside her purse. Interior, Westmount High. Homeroom. Morning. Vacant. Dark. Nora enters and flips on the lights. The wall clock reads 7:45. She pulls a fashion magazine out of her backpack and heads for her desk. Muffled chatter stops her. She crosses the room to a back room. We hear an off-screen soft groan and heavy breathing. She starts to open the ajar door, hesitates, peers curiously through the crack to see Mr. K and Tyler making out. Tyler whispers into his ear.
I've been dreaming about this.
Nora stands, stunned. She can't turn away. Tyler untucks Mr. K's shirt and kneels down before him. A flurry of emotions flood her face. Shock, intrigue, confusion, anger. She turns and walks away in a daze. Interior hallway, moments later. Still in a fog, Nora passes students. She shakes her head, then laughs it off. Interior girls' bathroom, stall, morning. Nora sits on a lidded toilet staring at the wall. Tears well in her eyes. She texts Derek. Thanks for the flower emojis. I miss you. Deletes it. The sound of a door whooshing open. Footsteps. Nora looks through the slat. Sighs. It's Polly. Interior girls' bathroom, continuous. Nora pumps the soap dispenser frenetically and lathers her hands furiously. Polly notices something's off.
You okay?
I'm good, thanks.
Nora dries her hands. Polly gives her a dubious look.
I said I'm fine.
Polly's intuition tells her otherwise. She throws her arms around Nora, who instantly stiffens.
Oh, you finally found out.
What? My uncle died. I'm sad.
It's okay. There's lots of celibate fish in the sea.
Please cut the celibacy crap.
I'm just trying to help.
She studies Nora's woeful face. Her eyes shoot wide open.
Oh, dear God. Have you seen your upper lip?
Nora looks in the mirror at a burgeoning red blister.
Shit.
Did Tyler give that to you? Or was it the cheating snake? Oh, dear. It was someone else?
Nora pulls a tube of concealer out of her purse, casually dabs the blister.
Chills, Pollyanna. Everyone's got the herpes.
I was once like you, having my fair share of one-eyed willies. My hymen's intact, silly. Point is, I know it when I see it.
Polly steps closer, gazes into Nora's eyes with clear intent.
And when I saw you and Tyler in the cafeteria the other day, well, there was no pride in that performance. Only shame.
The crowd majority disagreed.
Did you really buy that act, Nora? Because from where I sat, it certainly didn't seem like it.
The truth starts to sink in. Nora slumps over.
Something tells me deep down inside you know the truth. But you've been hurt in the past, and it made you feel invisible. You haven't been seen for the beautiful soul I see standing before me now.
Nora slinks down against the sink as she processes it. Polly hugs her again. Nora exhales and surrenders into it.
Thanks. Guess I needed that.
It's the truth. And Tyler's never going to see how special you are, no matter how big your boobs are or how much you put out.
Stop trying to convert me, crazy coyote. I'm not some piece of clay you can just mold into whatever you think I should be. Don't you get it? I love guys. They love me. Why should I deny myself?
Ever hear of the hormone released during sex called oxytocin? It blurs the line between infatuation and lasting love. It makes rational mating decisions super challenging, so you can bond yourself to the wrong guy in the wrong situation.
Nora looks dumbfounded. Then,
That actually kind of makes sense.
Have faith in yourself, Nora. You're worth the wait.
Polly hugs her again, off Nora's baffled look. Interior, chemistry classroom, lab station, day. Nora wears safety goggles. Her blister is camouflaged with makeup. She pours liquid into a beaker. It fizzles into a bubbly concoction.
How did I not see this coming?
Series of shots, the numerous red flags. A. Tyler reading the comic, a hot superhero in spandex. B. Tyler with a huge grin watching a shirtless Zac Efron on the big screen. C. The cactus plant in earmuffs. D. Tyler's eyebrow grooming commonality with Zeek. E. Zach Jesus' face, superimposed with Raquel's face, both saying Tyler's gay. Back to scene. Nora sighs. The concoction spills over and fizzes out.
God, I'm an idiot.
Her teacher, Mrs. Hayes, approaches.
Your experiment was a failure. Try doing your homework the next time.
Interior, hallway, day. Nora unloads books from her locker. Tamara stands by, observing her friend's herpes blisters from a distance.
Odds are I got it from a caddy at my dad's golf club. I just moved here and hadn't been laid in over 1 month. He looked like a young Bill Clinton, okay?
Hey, it's not my business. I just hope Judge Prude doesn't find out.
Just then, Raquel, Brittany, and Celeste pass sporting their new bedazzled crucifix necklaces, smirking.
Hey, Sister Blister. Heard you found out about Tyler's homo-seeking missile.
They snicker and trot off.
So much for that hope.
Nora stares at the Prudes, seething.
I may have lost that battle, but I haven't lost the war, bitches.
Tamara turns to Nora, whose blister is now festering.
You ever wonder if maybe they're onto something with this whole chastity thing?
Exterior, Rogers Mansion. Interior, VW Bug. Saturday. The VW pulls up, parks. Nora checks her blister in the visor mirror. It's virtually unnoticeable. Zeek spritz Binaca in his mouth and grooms his eyebrows with the back of his hand.
Remember, it's not all fun and games this time. Search her room, her closet, drawers. I need dirt.
Whatever you're up to, it better not affect me and Asher.
Just take a damn picture if you see anything funky.
Man, herpes meds always make you so frickin' aggro.
Interior pool house day. Nora slips into her swimsuit. A text. It's from Tyler. Movie tonight? She shakes her head, hits delete. She glances outside, through the window. Asher stretches poolside. Bill and Zeek are immersed in conversation, grilling at the outdoor kitchen by the house. Asher dives in at the shallow end. A long beat. He doesn't come up. Fear floods Nora's face. Something's terribly wrong. Exterior, backyard patio, seconds later. A spiral of red rises to the surface as Nora explodes out the pool house door.
Asher!
She dives in. Angle, Zeek and Bill, color draining from their faces. Exterior pool. Nora tows Asher's limp body. Bill jumps in. The three heave him to the patio. Bill drops to the ground and performs CPR.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
He gives 2 rescue breaths, a long, terrifying beat. Asher comes to. Bill looks up at Nora, pale with fear and grateful. Interior, pool house, day. Nora's dressed, applying moisturizer. A knock.
Mind if I come in?
She opens the door. Bill enters, still visibly shaken.
I wanted to let you know how appreciative I am.
I'm just glad he's gonna be okay.
Bill sits and stares worriedly at the floor.
He's different, that little guy.
Well, if we were all the same, how boring would that be?
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. You think maybe Asher's
A long beat. Nora waits for it. Gay?
autistic or something?
Nora deflates. Not the word she was hoping for. Exterior, Augusta Mansion, driveway, same. A BMW pulls up and parks. Climbing out of it is Raquel. Interior pool house, same. Nora and Bill's heavy conversation ensues.
Even his peers reject him.
Zeke qualifies as a peer, and he's certainly not rejecting Asher.
I can't even talk about it with my wife because she's always jetting all over the world with her with that homosexual Barry.
Nora sighs. Ugh. Interior mansion, kitchen, same. Raquel enters, grabs an apple from a bowl, calls out.
I finished early. There was a power outage at the convalescent home. Dad? Asher?
She walks to the foyer, ascends the staircase, turns down the hallway. Off-screen muffled movement. She slows and presses her ear against a door. Off-screen heavy breathing. She opens the door to find Asher and Zeek kissing. She clenches her stomach, nauseated. The boys gape, mortified. She turns and bolts down the hall in a frenzied panic. Interior, pool house, same. Bill and Nora are now standing by the door, her backpack slung over her shoulder.
My mom had tons of gay guy friends in California. She loved them, but not like that.
But he really understands her. Maybe even more than I do. Sorry, I don't
Well,
mean to
we've all
dump-
had a long day.
Thank you for listening. You're a wonderful girl, Nora.
He studies her face, her innocence, her youth. She looks at him sympathetically. The urge suddenly overcomes him. He leans in for a kiss. Nora freezes. Her backpack slides off her shoulder. Thump. It hits the floor. Interior, Augusta Mansion, family room, same. Raquel hears the thump. She runs out the French doors to the backyard patio. She freezes. Reveal her father kissing Nora through the pool house window. Nora looks stiff and uncomfortable, but their lips are clearly locked. Raquel, turning a paler shade of white.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Her universe comes to a crashing halt. She looks down at the ring on her finger, the symbol of their purity pledge and her oath to God. Both men have betrayed her in a matter of seconds. She yanks off the ring and hurls it at the sky. Raquel's point of view. The backyard spins. The trees and skyline blur. She passes out cold behind a bush. Total darkness. Fade to. Ominous clouds, morning. Casting a foreboding shadow over Westmount High. Thunder rumbles across a blue-violet horizon. Tilt down to students with umbrellas making their way inside. Interior hallway, morning. Nora passes students who turn and snicker. Prudes shake their heads in grave disappointment. Southern belles glare. Geeks laugh nervously. Jocks nod approvingly. Befuddled, she continues on and passes Raquel, who smirks and whispers to Jay Zimmerman. She reaches her locker. A text. She looks at her screen. It's a link from Anonymous. She clicks it. A video plays of a hand rubbing a crotch. From a low vantage, we see Nora's face. A tense silence. Students wait with bated breath as Nora watches it play. After a moment, she pockets the phone, then heads down the hallway, doing everything to hide her shock and maintain much of her dignity as possible. She passes football players, who slowly begin to applaud. Metalheads join in. Geeks. 2 mystified cheerleaders. The crowd parts to let her through, once again chanting, "Cobra! Cobra!" She keeps her head down, picks up the pace. Angle, the Prude posse. Celeste, Brittany, Raquel, and Polly watch in disbelief.
Why isn't she crying?
The girl's got thick skin.
Like rhinoceros thick.
Raquel stands in livid silence. Interior VW Bug, exterior Diaz home, driveway, day. Nora parks, turns off the ignition.
In 4th grade, Bobby Calavari pulled up my skirt in front of the entire playground. In 7th grade, I got my period in white jeans on a field trip to the Holocaust Museum. In 12th grade, I fell headfirst into the toilet after kissing Darren Freeman in the boys' bathroom. That lovely image graced the top 10 Instagram charts for 3 weeks straight. So yeah, I've learned to let shit roll off my back. Now, does this exposition of private me time with my privates bother me way more than the aforementioned? Big time. But I wasn't about to give Raquel and her Prude posse the satisfaction.
Interior kitchen, day. Nora enters. Her mother paces anxiously with purple paint smeared on her shirt, scrub brush in hand. Through the window, Zeke's in the backyard walking in circles like a dog chained to an invisible leash.
What the hell happened?
I tried talking to him. He won't listen to me.
Nora drops her backpack to the floor. Exterior backyard, seconds later. The door flies open. Nora races outside. Turd burglar is spray painted on the side of the house in purple letters. Letters are faded and dripping with wet suds. Nora doesn't notice and runs over to Zeek, who's still walking in circles.
Zeek, what's going on?
Silence. She spots the graffiti in Larry's empty cage.
Answer me.
She grabs him by the shoulder, shakes him. He looks up, tears streaming down his face.
He's gone. Larry's gone.
I'm sure he didn't get far. I'll help you find him.
It's too late.
He stares at the ground, pointing across the yard to an adjacent street where a mangled animal lies on the asphalt.
Oh my god. Zeek, I'm so sorry. Shit. This is totally my fault.
I never built his dam, Nora. I never built Larry's dam. Who did this to me?
Nora kneels and rocks him gently in her arms. She spots a gold C-pin glimmering in the grass, then turns and stares straight into camera with a knowing, icy gaze. Interior, Tamara's bedroom, night. Nora paces, thwacking a candle into her palm like a thug with a baseball bat. Tamara pages through a book, Wiccan spells.
There's a guilt spell to make the enemy apologize within 24 hours.
We gotta up the freaking ante. That holy Rowan sex Nazi needs to pay.
Right.
We gotta play on her biggest fear.
Like your brother making out with her brother. Or you making out with her father.
Let's shelf the gay brother thing for now, and for the billionth time, he kissed me, and there was zero tongue.
Right. Sorry. And you're positive she saw you guys kiss.
Why else would she kill Zeke's beaver and expose my beaver to the entire graduating class? Now, what's the scariest, most evil thing in Raquel's world?
A pensive beat.
The male penis?
Enjoying the male penis. Because it's attached to a hottie who knows exactly how to grind her lady bits.
Boy, that'd really mess her up.
And she'll enjoy every sinful second, which will send any self-respecting Bible humper into a lifelong masochistic psychosis.
Tamara starts collecting Wiccan tchotchkes from her altar.
I'm gonna need 16 red penis candles and a gallon of pig blood. We can use a ketchup substitute.
Exterior, Westmount High, morning. A banner drapes across the entrance. Congrats, Tomcats. Interior, hallway, morning. Nora walks with her backpack over her shoulder. She sees Tyler approaching in the distance, stops at her locker.
Hey, Mr. Big Win.
Yeah, sorry, I've been kind of busy.
You haven't returned my texts. Are you mad at me?
Should I be?
If it's about, the video, people actually think it's cool.
Tatum and Cobra, yeah!
He gives her a C look, then leans in to kiss her. She stops his face with her hand, whispers,
Tyler, I know you're gay.
What?
She pulls him behind her locker door.
I don't care. I mean, I did care, but I've moved on.
Look, I don't know what you've heard, but
He stops mid-sentence, humiliated, speaks in a hushed tone.
how'd you know?
I saw you with Mr. K. Hey, I get it. He's smart, cute, a great dresser. You guys make a hot team. But you did string me along, and that really hurt. Like, surprisingly so.
I'm really sorry, Nora. You know, if I came out, I'd be tarred and feathered for life. I don't want to get Mr. K in trouble.
Well, there is one way you can make it up to me.
He looks interested. She suddenly slaps him across the face.
You son of a bitch!
What the?
Louder.
A beat. He catches on and feigns shock.
What the hell, Nora?
Angle. Raquel, Brittany, and Celeste. They turn to watch the spectacle down the hallway. Nora slaps him hard again. Her voice echoes down the hall. Go to hell, you pathetic pig! Nora slants her locker and storms away. Smiles spread across their prim faces.
Looks like the slut's finally seen the light.
Maybe her satanic soul can be saved after all.
Should we make a move?
No. Let her come to us.
Cut to a flickering, buzzing fluorescent light. A dark mass of dead insects sit at the bottom of the opaque glass shade. Tilt down to a bathroom stall door. We see Nora's pink patent leather shoes underneath. Interior, stall, interior, girls' bathroom, day. Aboard Nora sits on a lidded toilet. The sound of a door whooshing open. Footsteps. She peers through the slat. It's a cheerleader. Nora lets out an impatient breath. The door whooshes open again. In walks Polly. Nora perks up, tilts her head back, squirts eye drops in each eye. Tears stream down her face. She gives a devious look to camera. The cheerleader applies lip gloss and leaves. Nora sniffles and whimpers.
Is everything all right in there?
I'm fine.
Nora, is that you?
Nora rises, puts on a frown and wobbles, bumping the door. Interior girls' bathroom continuous. Nora throws her arm around Polly and sobs.
Are you okay?
You were right. I was putting on an act that day in the lunchroom.
I'm listening.
Nora steps back and rubs her eyes.
If I tell you something, promise not to tell anyone.
Polly makes a sign of the cross over her chest.
Turns out I have emotional issues.
If Jesus can forgive you for liking gay boys, you can forgive yourself.
Polly, Tyler's not gay. He forgot my birthday.
Oh my god, happy birthday! Heard you socked it to him for being gay.
Whatever. The thing is, I've realized relationships are a distraction. I need to be alone for a while so I can find myself. And the next part's gonna sound really crazy.
I won't judge.
Jesus told me all this in a dream.
Wait, you believe in Jesus?
Thanks to Pastor Dan more than ever.
A tremor of elation runs through Polly.
Raquel's gonna die!
Cut to, close on a gavel striking a sound block. Atop an altar. Pull back to reveal interior of the old church. Dusk. Candles. A crucifix. Prudes in white seated in a semicircle. The whole creepy cultish 9 yards. Raquel's behind the altar. She strikes the gavel again.
Order!
Widen to reveal Nora and Tamara standing before the altar. Whispers and confused chatter. A hush falls over the room.
It has come to my attention that we have 2 newcomers tonight.
The girls turn and glare at Nora and Tamara.
Where are the muffins?
This is not a true love insurrection meeting.
But we want to be disciples of virginity and get our souls cleansed and everything.
You must first repent for your sins in the house of God.
Raquel raises a pink ping-pong paddle with a gleam.
Whoa, hold on there. Before I repent, maybe you should repent for leaking my video of me studying in the library. Jay Zimmerman confessed it was your idea, and I'm pretty sure God frowns upon character assassination.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Seriously? What about how you outed my brother and his beaver?
Doesn't ring a bell?
Well, does this ring a bell? I found it in my yard.
Brittany and Celeste look away, guilt-ridden.
Still no bells ringing. Now you girls ready to repent?
17 prudes, now including Lisa, raise pink ping-pong paddles.
If that's how you want to play, then I have something I'd like to confess first.
Let me guess. You spread your slut loins to another homosexual?
Worse, I spread my whore mouth to an older man. A much older man who's a dad and owns a pool and big-ass home.
Stunned gasps from the Prudes. Raquel pales.
This isn't the right time to make a confession of this caliber. God feels more comfortable.
Cut the crap! Everyone knows the Lord has mercy.
Nervous chatter. Raquel steps away from the altar and gets in Nora's face.
I don't trust your intentions.
Well, maybe we don't trust yours.
Nora and Raquel lock eyes in an awkwardly long stare-off.
What do you both really want out of this?
Peace, forgiveness, a clean slate.
I'd like a support system when I'm tempted by the dark side.
I don't buy it for a second.
Nora takes a deep breath, lowers her head, and feigns remorse.
Look, it's true. I fell prey to my raging hormones and let them rage in all the wrong places. But now I realize I have a deep, dark void inside. And no matter what I do, who I do, or how many I do, I always end up feeling empty inside. I just want the chance to fill my void with Jesus so I can turn my life around. So I just hope, I pray, you can forgive me.
Sniffles from the group. Polly's moved to tears. Nora looks out of the corner of her eye to gauge the reaction. Raquel shakes her head, still unconvinced.
Maybe we should vote.
A contemplative beat. Then,
All in favor of these two becoming disciples, say aye.
a steadfast silence, with the exception of Lisa, Celeste, and Polly, who offer weak eyes. Tamara turns to Nora with a defeated, well, we tried, look. Just then, Polly rises, walks over to Raquel, and whispers in her ear. Confused chatter. Raquel strikes the gavel. Silence.
Despite the nearly unanimous vote to cast away these shameful sinners, I've come to the decision to accept both of their requests to join the true love insurrection.
Tamara and Nora exhale with relief.
But
But
you won't be truly cleansed of your sins until you make the ultimate sacrifice and join the sisterhood of celibacy. Now.
Brittany suddenly heads over with 2 burlap bags. Nora and Tamara look surprised. Shit, there's more? Nora gives a yikes look to camera, then
We'd be honored.
Brittany throws a burlap bag over Tamara, then over Nora. Cut to black. Fade out.